No, you've won the toss. You break. Xiao to break, yeah.
The usual rapturous rocket reception greets Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
Okay. After beating...
Thank you, the first frame. Xiao Guodong to break.
Mark Allen and John Higgins. Xiao is not without a chance.
Yeah, but this is... In terms of atmosphere, intimidation, this is a big test of Xiao Guodong's belief tonight. Entering the Ronnie O'Sullivan show.
And I'll get this in early. Expect fireworks from O'Sullivan. They've played in 3 ranking events before. O'Sullivan's won all 3 matches. And on each occasion, he's made a century in the first frame.
Well, of course, that was the start last night, wasn't it? Started off with a 120-odd break. He normally does start very hot, O'Sullivan. Be interesting to see what sort of game plan Xiao Guodong adopts, whether he chooses to be quite negative, try and keep it as tight as possible. He's got the game to win tonight, there's no doubt about it, but it's all about the belief. Wonderful opening pot, just a little bit short. The cue ball. The black is cuttable, but I can't see him taking it on. It doesn't matter who you are in the game, when you're not one of those in your first shot, it makes you feel good.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
Xiao has beaten O'Sullivan before, mind you. It was a very low-key, non-televised event. Chalk and cheese to this.
Big target, yellow, black and brown, somewhere in the baulk cushion behind there to lay the snooker. Much too thick, much too thick. He's taking this on, screwing the cue ball back up the table. Brilliant, brilliant pot. I think the cue ball is just going to stop. Yep, yeah, kiss the black and looks like yellow. An excellent pot.
Yes, and despite the difficulty, it was really clean. Didn't touch the sides.
I'll tell the story again. I
Four.
first played Xiao Guodong practically 10 years ago in northern China in an exhibition. I broke off, he knocked a long red in and made a total clearance. He had every shot in the book, and I thought then, Phil, that he was going to be, I thought he was the next best thing after Ding Junhui. He had everything. Okay, he's doing well in the game, but not as well as I thought he would. Maybe it's just a bit of a late starter.
A couple of weeks ago celebrated his 29th birthday, so still time on his side.
11.
From the massive city of Chongqing, which perhaps isn't well known in the UK, but it's one of China's mega urban locations.
Yeah, I think just
12.
a population of around 50 million. A great opportunity here. I'm going to play a cannon on the red that's just underneath the pink. The red between pink and black. Little cannon on that one would open up everything. He didn't get into the cue ball enough. That's what he was playing. He caught the first red. Here you see, he's just going to go past it. He wants to go past that red that he just flicks. He's still on a red. But now, as you can see, the positional side of the shot is very awkward. It's those little details that might be the difference tonight. In fact, he's not even playing a pot. So that's a very disappointing end to what was a fantastic opportunity for Xiao Guodong. This is a shot to nothing. But yeah, maybe a sign of the game plan there, Phil. Xiao Guodong did have a pot on a red. I know it was awkward queuing, but he's obviously choosing not to take any unforced risks.
Well, if he feels comfortable playing that way, so be it. I think the only issue with a predetermined game plan is if it's not your natural game.
He's lost the cue ball there. Obviously playing for the cue ball to be tight on this top cushion. He's left a red either to the far left corner or to the left middle. I think probably be left middle.
He missed a couple of important balls into that pocket last night, not least on a break of 40 in the decider against Yan Bingtao, which might well have been very costly. That one, though, excellent.
Three.
Already, Xiao Guodong possibly sat in his chair just thinking, well, how did I flick that red and pot in the black? Simple cannon to play. And it might well cost him in this first frame. That's the standard he's up against tonight. That's the level he's got to get at. He's going to score heavily every time he gets in.
11. 12. $19. 20.
They first met in the 2009 China Open last 16. O'Sullivan off to a flyer, 104 break in the first frame. 2014 Welsh Open, same story. Opening frame, O'Sullivan, a break of exactly 100. And the last time they played, 2016 International Championship,
27.
on home soil for Xiao Guodong. O'Sullivan made a first frame
28.
137.
There, a couple of shots ago, you've seen the difference. Ronnie O'Sullivan had a little cannon to play. Didn't miss it. Absolutely perfect.
35.
He just never makes a mistake
36.
when he's in the balls. In terms of where to put that cue ball.
43. $44.
Now that's the kind of shot, no applause, but cueing from under the side cushion. That's a booster.
So, a little bit unexpected. We've been in perfect position a few
49.
shots ago. He's having to play a red from medium range. Shouldn't be any problem. Floated it in beautifully.
50.
And the ease with which he holds the cue ball on a shot like that, that underlines his class.
$57. 58.
Not only is Xiao Guodong in an intimidating atmosphere where pretty much the whole audience wants
64.
Ronnie O'Sullivan to win, you would say, he's probably playing the most
65.
intimidating player. He's probably been at the table not a lot longer than 5 minutes and the frame's over.
71. 72.
This afternoon, Mark Selby started off with a 134 break against Neil Robertson. In Selby's words, he said it stamped his authority. And that's exactly what this is doing.
78. 80. 83.
Well, they had a brief visit to the bulk end of the table to play a medium red, but pretty much a flawless start in the balls.
87. 92.
2 pots away from what would be his 926th century in professional competition. And 52nd
98.
this season. Four times he's played Xiao Guodong in a ranking event. 4 times he's made a century in the first frame. Maguire, 1-0 ahead.
Thank you, frame 2. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
And Stephen, you did that on many occasions, what we've just seen O'Sullivan do. Playing a lower ranked player, you lay down the law in the first frame.
Yeah, it's your job, it's your responsibility as the favourite. To put your opponent on the back foot as soon as possible. The one, I suppose, positive thing Xiao Guodong can take from Ronnie making that century, you know, you saying Philly's done it 4 times in a row now, he wouldn't have been surprised.
Over the years, many players have tried to contain O'Sullivan with different strategies. I remember here, Darren Morgan in the UK Championship just rolling into the pack when he was breaking off. Dead weight. It might work for a short time, but you can't sustain it.
I don't think you can have a game plan that you think about before playing someone as good as Ronnie O'Sullivan. You just got to go out there and have confidence in your own game and just play as well as you can. Play every shot as well as you can. Just try and make no unforced errors. As I say, that missed cannon was a comfortable shot, was an unforced error from Xiao Guodong, and he was severely punished. That's the level he's playing at tonight. Turning into a little bit of a scrappy frame. Red's going towards the cushions. This is a tough safety shot Xiao Guodong's playing if he's playing thin off this red. In fact, he just chose to play the containing shot. And he's done a pretty good job, to be fair.
When you play a shot like that, you place your trust in the table. It never moved.
Can Ronnie O'Sullivan get that cue ball behind the blue? First mistake. The fact that the reds are now spread open a bit, and obviously if Xiao Guodong goes for this red, the cue ball is going to be going into other reds. There's some pressure in this pot. There's pressure in every shot at the moment for Xiao Guodong. He has to get this. Mid-shade of pot. Can you get that cue ball glued in behind that blue?
Green ball. Xiao Guodong, 1.
It looked a tad clumsy, but on these really fast cloths, nestling in behind a ball killer anyway is tough. Should have done better though.
As I said, with again going back to that cannon in the first frame, it's fractions that could make all the difference tonight in this match. Well, the fact that Ronnie Sullivan's coming round to see if the black pots means that he's going to take this red on to left corner. Wonderful shot. Effortless cue ball.
Snooker's like comedy, all about timing.
Thank you. 8.
He's even intimidating the referee.
9.
Yes, the referee this evening is
16.
Andy Yates. No relation.
17.
He'll probably just leave the cue ball, just stun it, leave it virtually where the black is, so he can play red to the left corner.
$24. 25.
Thinking a little bit of bounce there from the cushion. Didn't plan to be this close to that red, but it's fine. You can just stun for red to the same pocket. Already looking ominous for Xiao Guodong in this second frame.
32. 33.
Yes, both frames following a similar pattern. O'Sullivan not in immediately.
41.
But when he gets in, he's staying there.
The reason that Ronnie O'Sullivan scores heavily, you can't afford to give him any chance whatsoever in the balls, is his cue ball control. It's just epic.
48.
And that's why every time he gets to the table, he seems to clear up. It's an art in this game, cue ball control. And he's the best.
54. 55.
Another frame looks like going
62.
west.
63.
Another ping off the cushion. Came off the cushion twice as fast as it went on.
$69.
Round of applause. Told you
70.
Xiao Guodong needed a snooker. And this is what Ronnie O'Sullivan does as well, Phil, better than anyone else. He wins the frames properly. So often you see players, they get to the stage where their opponent uses a snooker, they take their eye off the ball, miss an easy shot, and then have to spend 15, 20 minutes getting out of snookers. You never see that with Ronnie O'Sullivan.
77.
And now the question,
78.
can he reach a personal milestone? If he makes a century here, it would be his 53rd of the season. That's a joint best. And of course, with so much snooker still to come.
85. 86.
Yeah, you've got to think, if he keeps going deep in tournaments to the rest of the season, he
93.
may get close to doing what Neil Robertson did a couple of seasons ago, make 100 centuries in a season.
94.
Two terrific tons.
101. 102.
2 centuries. O'Sullivan leads 2-0. Ronnie O'Sullivan, the focus of attention as he always is, and so far he's not disappointing. Far from it. The opposite, in fact. He's excelling.
6.
Again, beautiful positional shot.
Stay still, please. And he's done his shot. Thank you.
Just some movement in the crowd.
Seven.
He'll play for an angle in the blue here to come down. He wants to play the red that's in the black spot. He wants to get rid of that.
14. $19. 20. 27. 28.
And now into the bunch. Screw off the bunch, so he's always going to have this red to the right corner pocket, the one that's next to the black. Now that cue ball going close to the
35.
cushion will irritate Ronnie. Okay, he's not going to miss this red, but just little things like that. He wants to be in absolutely perfect position every single shot. He's going to have to go up for the blue here.
36.
A marginal angle is there. Well, playing like this, you can't see him missing.
41.
What a way to manufacture another frame-winning chance. This
42.
famous old snooker venue has seen 3 consecutive centuries on many occasions. I think most famously, Stephen was the victim when 46-year-old Doug Mountjoy made 3 on the trot in beating Stephen in the final of the 1988 UK Championship. But I'll tell you what, while that was a
47.
fine achievement, Doug didn't make them as quick as this.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Bringing that up, Phil.
48.
Thanks. Xiao
53.
Guodong sat in his chair, looks mesmerised.
54. 61. 62.
Can I just pop out of the commentary box and get my thesaurus? I've run out of superlatives.
$69. 70.
Frame's not yet 6 minutes old, and it's already over. Don't think there's anyone in this guild hall will bet against a 3rd century in a row.
77.
Even with that red. Well, in fact, he doesn't need the red, it's on the side cushion. If he gets blacks with these 2 remaining ones in the open.
$85. 86. 93. 94.
There's the third in a row. It's 3-0.
101.
And again, this small irritation that he's not going to be able to pot this red.
At the age of 42, he's made more centuries this season than ever
101
before.
on the front.
And tonight, he leads 3-0. If you're wondering whether O'Sullivan can make 5 centuries in a best of 9, well, he's done it before. He made 5, including a 147 during his 5-2 win over Ali Carter in the 2007 Northern Ireland Trophy. Won't like that one, though. That's a lapse.
Well, this is so difficult. I mean, it's basically, since the beginning of the first frame, he's been frozen out. Now he's going to come to the table and go for this long red in the knowledge that if he misses it, it could well cost him the frame. Well, he done half the job. He got the pot, but couldn't hold the cue ball for the black.
Green ball. Foul and a miss. Ronnie OSullivan 4. From there.
Not accepting the miss, asking Xiao Guodong to play from where the cue ball has come to rest. O'Sullivan knows, of course, if the cue ball was put back, Xiao would make the necessary adjustment and make contact with the green.
Well, he's looked at these 2 reds. It must be close, because Ronnie OSullivan wouldn't take this risk.
Thank you.
Has the lung recovery blue to ball pocket, and without wishing to put the mockers on him, no one's been better at the shot over the years than him.
Six. Seven.
When O'Sullivan first turned professional in 1992, the qualifying system then was labyrinthine. He had to play 76 matches at the Norborough Castle Hotel in Blackpool to get into tournaments, and won 74 of them. And one of the features of his play that struck out for me was that particular blue. He just knocked them in for
30.
fun.
There's no better feeling as a snooker player, though, even someone that's been around so long as Ronnie OSullivan, when you're in this form. The pockets just seem like buckets, and you just find the sweet spot at the
90.
cue ball every single time. form like this, even for
20.
someone like Ronnie O'Sullivan, doesn't happen all the time.
In the sporting vernacular, it's known as the zone. Even the very best don't know exactly how to get into it until they're there. And when they're in the zone, they want to remain there as long as possible.
$25. 26.
After potting this black, nudge those other two next to the black away.
$33.
Thankfully, the applause from the other table didn't take O'Sullivan off. The applause, by the way, was for Stephen Maguire, who cleared green to black to snatch the third frame and increase his lead over Sean Murphy to 3-0. And the winner of that plays the winner of this.
41. 42.
Yeah, we've got two real snooker bullies, haven't we, playing in the Guildhall tonight, in O'Sullivan and Maguire. Love to own the table. Mm. Could
48.
that be the end of the possibility of 4 centres in a row? The red nearest to the left corner, so tough, considering that I think it looks like you can only see half the cue ball.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, he thought about
48.
refusing it, but I think the temptation of possibly making 4 in a row, he talked himself into going for it. He wasn't happy going for that red.
One.
You couldn't call it taking a liberty at all because he's playing so well. You just expect him to pot everything, and he would have expected to pot it. But it was a tough pot, to say. Only been able to get to half the cue ball.
Yes, and O'Sullivan knew, of course, that reds were on cushions, so he did have some form of insurance policy. And let's face it, Stephen, how often do you chase history?
8. Nine.
Excellent shot. Long way to go before we can talk about possibly pinching this frame, but if you can just get these 3 or 4 open reds, although he won't be happy with that shot. I was going to say he can at least get back into the frame.
16.
So difficult when you've been frozen out.
$17.
Again, that was a harder shot than it probably looks.
24.
Let's face another tough one here, though.
Xiao Guodong, 24.
You have to feel for him because he's faced with a truly gargantuan task.
Thank you. 1.
Well, you've seen Ronnie's reaction.
8.
Another big bounce off the cushion. You'd play for this red. Play for the one that's in the open.
9.
So, colour red for 4-0.
Yes, and what would be pretty much a certain 78th ranking event semi-final.
14. 15.
Yeah, it was difficult enough to make a case for Xiao Guodong winning this match tonight, even at the start. But now, well, it's... I think those chances have gone.
22.
Sullivan is just too good tonight, and on most nights.
23. That's enough. 30. 33.
The repertoire is silky, so smooth.
37. 42.
This rocket has boosters. And tonight he's gone into the
48.
snooker stratosphere.
$55.
And even Ronnie OSullivan will be over the moon
Ronnie OSullivan
to be 4-0 up.
One minute.
A hat-trick of
Thank you,
centuries to
frame 5.
start with.
Xiao Guodong to break.
105, 102, 101. Then on to 4-0 with a 99% pot success rate. Perfectionist that he is, I don't think OSullivan will want his standard to slip. And what a standard.
Well, that was cued as well as you'll ever see anything cued. I mean, he's on the couple of inches from the vault cushion there. And with right hand check side. And he's okay. He's on a choice of 2
6.
reds. And he's off again. Saying in mid-session that if you Xiao Guodong, all you can do, never mind what you do, you just got to hope Ronnie doesn't carry on. Just got to hope he comes out and he doesn't pot all the
7.
balls again. That's kind of how he's playing. It takes your own concerns out of the equation. He's unstoppable.
In 2007, in the Northern Ireland Trophy, O'Sullivan made 5 centuries in a best of 9 in beating Ali Carter. You can't make more than 5.
15.
He can't equal that tonight, but maybe we'll see 4.
22.
Well, the interval has
23.
been known to slightly derail a player that's on the charge. But even these few shots tell us perhaps that's not going to be the case here.
30. 31. 38. 39.
Now the red at the bottom there, the right-hand red as we look now, will go to the left corner. Ronnie is good at everything, it seems, on a snooker table, but also selecting the shot, seeing the shot quickly, and usually playing the right shot. He can get so far up the table to get to that particular red I mentioned.
.46.
Well, if he plays it, there is a degree of difficulty about this, and position. Didn't know where the cue ball was going to end up, but listen, the way he's playing, he deserves everything he's getting out there. To call it luck would be the wrong word. The ball just landed favourably. It's all skill. And Clive, a lot of it as well, I might add.
52.
Well, it's simply marvellous. And I don't think many people here would bet against him making his 4th century of the evening here.
53.
Well, he's got the balls into just the perfect position. In this break, there's not a safe ball anywhere. And it was off a long red, as I said, an inch or 2 away from the cushion.
58.
Beautiful cueing. I've not seen him play better than this, which is saying something, because I don't think you can play better than this. That's the only reason I say it.
59.
This is reminiscent of his performance in the final of the English Open.
66.
When he beat Karen Wilson 9-3 in the final. He missed only 6 pots all day. He made 12 centuries during the week. If anything, this performance is even better.
74. 75. 82. 83.
And the other thing to say, he can make 141 here. 140, Mark Joyce. And the only frame he won against Ding Junhui earlier
90.
is the highest so far.
91.
£5,000 for the highest break of the week.
$98.
I don't think he knows. That's all I can
99.
think of, that he wasn't aware, because he might have been able to play on the black. Anyway, this is marvellous snooker.
Four centuries in 5 frames.
105.
Fantastic.
106. Ronnie
brilliant
O'Sullivan,
is
106.
not an adequate word
Frame in the match.
to describe O'Sullivan's
In the direction.
performance tonight.
Well played, Ronnie.
4 centuries, 105, 102, 101, 106. He beats Xiao Guodong 5-0 to go through to the semi-finals.